Let's get the out. Wait, one last thing. Let me hit you with some
out of here.
Let's get the out. Wait, one last thing. Let me hit you with some breaking news. Not that it's big
news. And we also got to say, I don't even know if they'll hear it by then, but happy Thanksgiving weekend and that general time frame to all of the people out there.
That's right.
Here we go. But what are you hitting me with breaking?
Not big news, but as we are recording, WWE has announced interesting news. Saturday, December 14th, Saturday night's main event on Long Island, Nassau Coliseum, 8 p.m. on NBC. The main event, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens.
Oh!
What do you think about that? They're not going to do it Survivor Series. They're holding it back until Saturday night's main event.
Well, again, Survivor Series is kind of fucking loaded, right? With the bloodline thing. So
three matches.
Well, but they need a ratings match. What the fuck?
If Owens is leaving, and I know people think like, oh, he's definitely not leaving now, but if he is that a reason to hold a main event like that on free TV to have Cody go over than on pay-per-view?
No, and plus we're pretty sure he's not leaving, like you said. But no, again, they want to, on network television, they want a big number, and they don't have to waste all of their top matches on pay-per-view anymore because they're doing so well, so they can spread this around. And so I think that's a good idea to do it on the Saturday night's main event because that can be a special. It's like when Dusty would every once in a while he'd advertise a special match that was only going to happen there and not everywhere on the TBS show, even though it was just a local match for Baltimore or whatever. You got so many matches, let's use this one on another program.
Do you think they have to do something different in the past, since like 92 even, I think? Whenever they've done Saturday night's main event, and there have been large gaps in between, it feels just the same as any other WWE show now. Originally, it really stood apart from the syndicated shows. Do you do something different so that it has a different feel? Obviously, Ventura is under contract. A lot of people expect him to be involved. But do you make it a different kind of show than SmackDown and Raw?
Yeah, well, I think part of the reason why that it was different before was just the nature of it being on network versus the other programs being produced exclusively by Vince. The production was way up because it was an NBC thing, and it was formatted differently because there was, kind of like a house show card with a big main event and other competitive matches instead of squashes at the time. And then also because it was formatted where the big match would go on early because 11:30 to 1 they were fighting sleep. I expect the difference that you were talking about is when the production gap closed and everything started looking like great production, it didn't stand out as much, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to do something that is a different look or something to differentiate it as a network program as kind of like, if nothing else, to that network and any other networks out there, well, look what we can do. Something like that. They're going to step it up a little bit, I would think.
One last thing. This will be on, I believe, 8 p.m. Saturday night's main event originally, 11:30, replacing Saturday Night Live. I'm sorry, replacing Saturday night's main event, replacing Saturday Night Live.
It'll probably do 1/5 of the audience that the old show did at 11:30 at 8 o'clock these days, but go ahead.
Well, that was my question, just talking about the difference in the feel and the look from Raw and SmackDown. Do you think it would almost be beneficial to have something, a rare thing that's, once a quarter or whatever, maybe even less than that starts at 11:30?
Well, no, I don't think that would be bad at all. I think they could have some kind of a late night show that they may be able to open up their content with a little bit more, which is kind of the idea Vince had for Shotgun Saturday Night, that it all went to hell. But regardless of the time period, I think if they're going to do something regularly in terms of quarterly, I really think it's a good idea, and it looks like they're already trying to do that, to build something a month out to make it special. Instead of, Tony did the opposite in AEW with the Battle of the Belts. It's the least popular show they do. When it was was named after a special where it was a bigger deal than all the other programs. So they definitely need the WWE, however often they're going to do this, to make it something, to make it a destination, to make it stand out, maybe return or reveal new talent or some type of big match or a title on the line or whatever the case as it goes forward, for each show to have something to hang its hat on. But that's just me.
And this is your show.